Hey everybody, it's your girl, PJamma, with PJamma Life. And so today we are here to celebrate the almost time for one of the best days of the year. What day is that, David?
Oh, I know what it is.
Well, today is one of the best days of the year, Pam, because this was the 147th running of the Kentucky Derby. Happy Derby Day, everybody. Can you watch?
That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking maybe something to do with a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, yes. That great money grab. May the 4th be with you. Discount sales coming from Entertainment Earth. Yes, indeed.
Upcoming next week is May the 4th be with you next week. So we're going to be excited about that. And we got a special show next week to start the new Star Wars show, The Bad Batch, next week. That's coming out May 4th. And so, but this week we have two really interesting movies. And before we get into those, why don't we have our two fellow folks here introduce themselves? Why don't you tell the people who you are? Start with you, master of all things Marvel.
I guess that's me. Hey, everybody, it's Patrick. Just glad to be here to talk about these fabulous comic properties we're going to talk about today.
And the professor of all things Star Wars. Tell people
Happy Derby Day again, everybody. Great to be with you. Looking forward to it all.
And not unfortunately, but David doesn't drink, so he can't drink the bourbon to really celebrate Derby Day. You gotta have a glass of bourbon, right?
Well, actually, we would always take with our crushed ice and our Coca-Cola, usually from a glass bottle, chilled at just 33 degrees, some crushed mint from the garden, and our Coca-Cola juleps were perfect.
There you go. There you go.
Did you such a holiday? And then for us, it's a celebration the whole month of April. Because you have the fastest 2 minutes in sports today, and then you have some of the slowest things you'll ever find. A hot air balloon race,
yeah,
and a steamboat race. Those things take forever. And a parade. So all of those things in the great Derby City help us celebrate this tradition all month long.
Okay.
I almost wore my jockey hat in colors, man. I tell you.
Sounds like fun. Like our new show we watched this week, Invincible. So why don't we show a clip about that?
Mom, what? I'll be out in a minute.
I don't have a minute. I used to change your diapers, kid. There's nothing going on down there I haven't seen before.
I think Amber's been pretty clear about how she feels. Anything else?
See how you handle this.
Who's next?
Hello, boy.
Call that thing off, Cecil. Call it off! Mark's in there.
I can't do that, Debbie.
Mark? Mark?
Mom?
Oh, sweetheart.
How long was I out?
6 days.
6 days? No. No, I was supposed to, Amber.
It's okay. I covered for you. Told her you got hit by a bus. Which, from the looks of you, isn't far off.
There's a lot to go through in this series, the 8-episode series by Robert Kirkman, who did the original comic. And who wants to start us off with? First, tell us what you thought of the series and things you might have saw if you've read the comics, and kind of how it compares so far to kind of other superhero shows that we've watched.
Well, I'll tell you what I thought about it. I mean, I literally just got done watching it like 5 minutes before we came on today. So it's super fresh in my mind. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful anti-hero type of thing. We had some switches in it without giving too much away. I mean, it was a very had kind of a Guardians of the Galaxy feel for that. You have the evil father, and the son rebelling against his father, and his father's all powerful. Remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2? And that was kind of the plot there.
Yeah.
There was some interesting, and it had a very DC feel to it. Just kind of the darkness, and then wow, I mean, talk about ripping characters straight off almost. For this whole thing, there was Ant-Man, there was Green Lantern, but pink this time, and then there was, the Hulk basically. There was a Vision basically. There were several things that were pretty parallel, I'd have to say. So I don't know how much. I'm not sure about the timeline, whether this was before a lot of these properties or after, but it was really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
Okay. David, what did you think?
Well, I found it very entertaining. I thought it was a neat story. I liked our protagonist. I thought he was kind of a fun character there. For me, one of the things that really stood out, and I really appreciate Patrick's comment that it had a DC feel to it. And, it had that feel to it. You're right in the story. I also think from some of the DC comic movies that I've seen over the years, the animation kind of reminded me of that too, kind of harkened to that. So I thought this was fun. I think this is a nice, it's a, we had, the live action Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We want to clarify that now that show's done. That was fun. I think this is a nice little transition for some more summer fun activities with Invincibles. This is good.
Yeah, it was a lot. Okay, so I am a person who's very sensitive to violence.
Oh my God! And this was not your show. If you didn't like that, yeah.
Totally traumatized in a way.
It was very well. That would be it was almost anime in the way that they portrayed the violence. It was like, oh my God!
Not please. This was it was so gory, violent, and so much blood spatters. But you know what was funny? If you look at the title card from start to finish, it got bloodier and bloodier and bloody. I just thought that was kind of cool when I realized it by like episodes, I think 6 or 7. I was like, wait a minute, this sign is looking kind of beat up. Splatter on it. And it was I thought it was really great storytelling. I thought that there were some scenes that genuinely brought up emotion. When you hear one of the characters talk about a pet, and it just, I don't want to say what it was, but it was just devastating. I mean, I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
With it. I was just like, oh no.
I think I was repressing that memory. That's a thanks for bringing that back up, Pam. But yeah, I was kind of.
I just saw it. Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Bad word choice.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, woo.
Not a good look.
What would you do if you lived for thousands of years? It kind of also reminded me of a vampire tale too.
Yeah. When you said that, it made me think of Vampire Lestat.
Yeah, because things just change in your mind and you become detached you would have to see everyone around you die constantly, and always. It really was, but it was quite brutal. I mean, maybe in the comics it's maybe not as tough to get through because it's flat. I don't know, but seeing it in animation form, which is probably why I tried to watch one anime series, the Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah,
And in the first
classic.
episode, the giant ripped off the head of a person, and I was like, "What? That's it, not for me." So I haven't watched a lot of anime. So maybe this is par for the course when you
It is
read
par for the
it.
course.
I mean, when you watch it. But
It is.
but in terms of the story, I really like the character arc of the family, and the steady terror that you feel from the mom, and the son trying to grapple with everything of being a teenager and then having this superpowers dumped on him too, and the surrounding story. So my favorite episode was episode 7, because I think there the whole ball just kind of dropped, boom, and then you got to learn a whole lot, and really just devastating stuff you got to learn in that episode. So but they brought in a lot of things, I guess, and some of the Easter eggs I found was that oh, hold up. One funny one is, did you all catch the name of the high school?
Oh.
The name of the high school was Reginald Bell Johnson High School. And the principal's name was Principal Winslow. So it was, and the actor who played the principal was Reginald Bell Johnson. So it was a kind of cool, if you caught it, it kind of told you what the story was about, because what famous sitcom was Reginald Bell Johnson on? Family Matters, right? So
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool that they had that kind of meta kind of moment in the show. And the Lizard League, who did that remind you of? Because I kind of get it.
Well, there is like a serpent society in Marvel that has like Diamondback and several different snake villains.
I thought of Cobra. From G.I. Joe, they're kind of like Cobra, just always coming in and trying to fight the bad, and they always get beat up and sit on their way. But I thought that was kind of funny. And did you know who Titan was voiced by?
Titan. Which one was Titan? I'm trying to.
Titan was the black man in the
okay.
He was voiced by Mahershala Ali, who is kind of similar role, right? That he played in Luke Cage. And so he kind of reminded you of Cottonmouth.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. They kind of drew a lot of these characters similar to, kind of like.
I mean, there's a strong kind of resemblance, but I just thought that was cool. And I believe Mark Hamill also voiced one of the characters in Invincible, one of the villains. I forgot who he did, but he did do one. And I thought one really sad moment was an Easter egg, is at the end, and you see Amber working in the soup kitchen, and there are 2 tables of people, and one of the table is of a young girl, and that young girl is Martian Man's friend, that he worked with.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw her, and I was like, that and the other scene, I was like, you know what? Y'all ain't got to make me have emotion like this. That's not right. I was so sad. And it was just like, it was just several little, if you watched it, just several little devastating little moments in it. But I thought there was some hope at the end. And Seth Rogen playing the Alan the alien.
Yeah.
Which I guess he was Paul the alien in that dumb movie, Paul. So I guess he's just, taking these average kind of. But I guess Alan the alien is like a big deal in the Invincible comic. So it's not so goofy after all. But I thought that, if I think this is part of his production. It's a coming out of his production company. So he always figures out how he can be in his movies. Yeah.
Well, he's got a great voice for that. I mean, he's a very funny guy, but he's got a lot of animation in his voice, no pun intended, which makes him perfect for that kind of work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that Mark Hamill would have been so successful.
I know.
Behind this,
I know.
the Joker and so forth.
Yeah.
And because it's a different, you've got to do everything with your voice. Like the actors on a stage, like at Broadway. I mean, everything is far more demonstrative, where you don't have a camera to focus in. So everything is in that voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They're just fantastic in this, and I do like Seth Rogen. I like that Paul movie. I never heard a country band with the fiddle. They did the Cantina song with the fiddle. I absolutely just thought that was awesome. That was awesome.
And people kind of sleep on Seth Rogen, but that dude and Evan Goldberg, they're putting out movies and TV shows right and left, and successful TV shows and movies. So that company and Seth Rogen, I mean, he plays these goofy characters, but he's a real powerhouse in the industry. And I've always enjoyed his stuff since Freaks and Geeks, and really have just enjoyed seeing his success along the way, because good content, it's fun. I think that one he had last year about American, I forget, but it was him he got trapped in time, and then he came back and saw his great grandson. And it was that's been the only one I haven't liked. Well, and Paul was
time
not
traveling, of course.
But it's but it's but everything else, at least you can say it's creative. His stuff is unique and creative and fun, really different stuff. So I'm just glad that he's got a vehicle in Amazon to do a lot of stuff, because I think, was he involved in Hunters? Or he might have been. I don't know if that came out of his company, but that was one of the great products that Amazon came out with. That and The Boys and
The Boys, yes.
Yeah. So, they're doing it 100%. So
and he is enemy number one in North Korea, because they still haven't forgotten that movie that he did.
Oh,
the interview.
The interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Him and Franco,
but it's really good. But that caused a whole international incident. So I mean,
impressive. Full props. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So definitely check out Invincible, I think, but it truly is not for little kids. That is an adult property. There's several adult themes that I think, just I wouldn't let a kid see it. I just wouldn't. I mean, it's just crazy. I wouldn't. But you know, people do what they want to do with their own kids. So not mad. But let's take a moment. Oh my gosh, we have Kat Sato. Welcome, Kat. Good to
Hi.
see you. And Electric Melanin, our buddy, is here with us. Hey, good to see you all. Thanks for coming and showing up. And so just like to say hey to folks. And is our buddy Tim Windsor? Well, he's not on yet, but he'll probably. Dwayne DeMarcos came on through, and he said Mark Hamill was the tailor in Invincible.
Okay.
Yeah, which was a great character. And I'm glad he made it to the end.
I was about to say, I'm surprised he didn't get whacked. I'm just saying.
You know, I was like, ooh, don't do it. But it's going to be, and Netflix has renewed it for not one but two seasons. So we're getting 2 seasons out of it. So and just for you bibliophiles like me who love to read, and that's why we started PJamma Life in the first place, there is a great comic, Invincible, that's available at Hoopla. And so if you are a subscriber to Hoopla, I don't know why you not. You really should be. You get free books and music and video and everything on Hoopla. But the whole comic series is there. So if you want to read it, in addition to watching it, because there are some things different about the series, I think Amazon changed it up enough to still make it interesting, and did a really good job from what I've been reading of the changes that they've made. So definitely check it out at your local public library or Hoopla. So let's then now turn to our next flick, which is Mortal Kombat. Yeah. So let's take a quick look at the clips for Finish Him, Mortal Kombat.
But let's do it our way.
You meet Reiko. I got a score to settle.
Sonya,
Please tell me I got the bitch with the teeth.
you get to take out your old buddy Kay now. Lou and I will take Melina and Cabal. I know this is personal for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We save Sub-Zero for last. We take him out together. As a team.
Oh, I was the worst game playing. I could never finish this game because I was terrible at it. But David, what did you think of the movie Mortal Kombat?
Where does one begin with this film? I cry. I hurt. I have pain. Video games really are a danger to make into a film. They make wonderful action figures, and if you bought the Jazzware figures at different sizes, you could have made a strong investment on your initial Toys R Us or even your Marshall's purchase, because some of these things went out to the outlets. I like the CGI. There was some cinematography. There was a scene early in the film where you saw the mountains and this gorgeous sun. That was beautiful. Mm-hmm. This movie hurt me to watch. It just did. Oh. There was some good violence, but and I think there were fine representations of the characters. but there was just the, I'm all Team Earthworld, but it was not one of the stronger things that we've watched. That was just it was struggling to the finish line for me. I gotta say it. I stopped playing video games really with Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, come on, man.
I liked Asteroids and Galaga. Those were fun. Never liked Centipede. I'm doing the whole Centipede thing now at work.
Gosh.
Who would have ever thought that stupid game would be the way that with our mouse and work? I mean, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that was not my favorite of what we've been doing thus far in these many wonderful months with the two of you. And I will stop there.
Oh,
David, let me just follow in right behind that and say I will agree with you. It's rare that we totally agree on everything, but you know what, Dave? You pretty much summed it up. That was painful. Pam, you have made me. You've taken 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back. It's gone.
Oh, man.
Should have just lit it on fire, slept through it, whatever. I think someone got sleep when I slept through it. It was terrible. I mean, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. And I even have a little bit of a warm spot for the old original one with Christopher Lambert as Raiden, which was I have a little bit of a warm spot for that because that was Christopher Lambert. He was Highlander. I mean, come on. It was okay, but this one was God. I mean, I got an analogy. Okay, have you ever been to the dentist and had a filling and there's that high-pitched noise and stuff? Really close, but try to do it without Novocaine. Pretty close. It was terrible. If I were to give it a scale of 1 to 10, that was a 1.
God,
and if I'm gonna watch a Kung Fu movie,
there were some
both of you.
There were some decent fights.
I enjoyed it. I didn't come in with any high level of expectation. I figured we watched the Oscar movies last week, so the popcorn
a palate cleanser.
Fine. I popped my popcorn, had some blueberry wine from Aldi's, and it was fine. It was. I mean. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting. Now, I will have to say, I did watch the animated movie last year, Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was excellent. It had a lot of, the storytelling was great. It was a great script, great action. It was animated, and but it was a really good story. Now, this one was, I mean, I appreciated that they brought in Hanzo and what's his name? The snow guy. What's his name?
Sub-Zero.
Yeah. What's his name? The one who threw the ice. Bihan?
Oh, yeah. Sub-Zero.
Yeah. And gave some of the backstory. I think they could have spent a little more saying what behind Sub-Zero's backstory is, why he hated him and why he wanted to fight him. But that was Scorpion's origin kind of story. And I wasn't mad at it because the dude who played him was Kenji from Rush Hour 3. I just think that guy is cool anyway. So he's fine. So he's cool. And but the characters were fine for me. I mean, I wasn't expecting Marvel level entertainment. I was just expecting, to see some good fighting, to see some quips, probably see some of the tags from the video game, which every one of them, fatality and flawless victory and finish him. I mean, all of those were there.
It was no Kung Fu Panda, man.
I mean,
I like the Kung Fu Panda. Give me Poe and Master Oogway over these guys. Give me The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy and Sho'nuff with Vanity mixed in. That, ladies and gentlemen,
that's a classic. Now you better watch your mouth if you're gonna say something negative about that.
No. Oh man,
Don't get me
awesome.
kicked off the air talking about Last Dragon.
That was fun.
No, I mean,
Who's
it's
the master?
it's fine. I definitely felt like now the gore level. I'm doing this most of the show because the gore level was
I like the light signals. That was cool.
Oh, that was gross. And so a lot of it was gross. But it is what it is. So I don't know. People think that, I don't know. Because I didn't and also I didn't play the video games. And so I don't have that where you know the stories from the video games. Then I think a lot of this might not fall in with some of the mythology of the stories, but I mean, it's fine. A lot of people enjoy it for what it is.
That is the most weak apology for a movie. It's fine. No, it wasn't good. It was just fine. I mean, you can watch a car rush or watch this. This is a little better. It's fine. Grass growing, exciting, but this is a little bit better. It's fine.
I watched it a second time today.
You did not. Oh my God, Pam, that's 4 hours of your life you lost.
And I still liked it because I figured it's a Saturday afternoon matinee kind of movie where you just go and just have a good time. You're not going to think too hard, but you see some good
or at all.
Or at all, and you just let go of your troubles for an hour and a half, and then you keep it moving. So. That's what I came away with. I just kept it moving, and it was fine for me.
There are better methods of escapism. Trust me, so many better methods of escapism.
It was fun. It was. Come on now, the fight action was fun. Some of those things
okay. It was the best. Okay, it was okay.
Oh,
it was okay.
You guys have set such a high bar of excellence in terms of the quality programming that we've watched during these shows. Even those Hallmark level movies.
Oh no, it was better than a Hallmark. Come on, David.
Ooh, it had better special effects than Hallmark movies. I'll give you that. Okay.
Those movies make me happy though. I mean, I was like, paint. Let's see.
This makes me happy, like a Hallmark movie. This makes me happy to see people's foot go or a fist go all the way through somebody. And some spin kicks and some, somebody doing a flip in the air. It's like a warm fleece blanket out of the dryer. But and that's all I expect. So it met my expectations. I give it a solid B.
I'll give it a B too for bad.
Oh. Bellicose and bodacious. That's what we
there we go. The thesaurus broke out now.
That just made me cough.
Oh no, we're killing Pam. Stop it.
I think if you want something to just, let your troubles fade away like a Calgon bath, you can watch this movie.
We needed more music. We were kung fu fighting.
Oh, Lord.
And everything's lightning. I don't know the words of the song.
Okay,
so
then.
Okay
we got to
say I'm wrong.
But here's my thing. Watch it for yourself.
50 years in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am, despite that singing.
Oh my gosh. And then, like I say, go and see it for yourself. And then you can make the determination whether you like it or not. Don't depend on somebody else's review. Just go and see it for yourself.
Well, that's the whole
then
point
let
of the
us
show.
know.
Don't tell people
So,
that.
is he still singing Kung Fu Fighting?
No, he is not.
Oh, Lord, help us.
I was just basking
I think
in
the movie broke him, Pat.
I can understand that. I think the movie broke you, Pam, actually.
I'm lost, baby.
Well, that is it for this week. And next week, we'll start up with our Star Wars with the Bad Batch, I'm trying to muscle my way through the Clone Wars so I can catch up. It's a lot of episodes. They used to do a lot of episodes.
Great
of the
mythology.
Clone Wars.
Hey, there. If you want to kill time and have a nice Calgon bath, watch the Clone Wars. Don't watch that Mortal Kombat crap.
Well,
I'm going to call it what it is. I'm sorry. Truth in advertising. Right here it is.
Yeah, that's an advertisement.
So terrible. So terrible.
So that'll start up on our favorite day, May the 4th. And we'll also next week, we're going to take a look at, what did we say for next week? Let's see. The Bad Batch. Also, what's her name? Thunder Force.
That's right.
With Melissa McCarthy and Olivia Spencer. That's coming up. And Without Remorse, the new Michael B. Jordan, Tom Clancy novel come to life.
I read the book.
Yeah.
I have read that book.
Oh, okay, great.
I got it right over here.
Okay, perfect. So you can probably tell us some differences between the movie.
Well, there's a lot of differences, but
I'm sure.
I can guarantee you that, a lot of differences. But we'll go with it. It's probably it looks like the feel's going to be the same. It's definitely a vengeance flick, and the book was definitely a vengeance book. So here we are.
Yeah,
so and the book was good.
Yeah, Jodie Turner-Smith is in it. She's looking fantastic. Michael B. Jordan, Guy Pearce is also in it. He's always amazing. I've loved him since LA Confidential. And somebody else is in it. Jack Kesey from Claws, which is coming back. Those of you who like that show. But yeah, so it looks to be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk about it next week. So how about you guys give us some final thoughts before we get out of here?
Well, I would say, everybody, make sure that if you did watch Mortal Kombat, get out there and play the video game or get the toys, because those are a little bit better than this particular flick. Have a wonderful holiday. I hope you had a Derby winner. Whether you pick on the favorite or the long shot, make your dreams come true.
Oh, brother. Okay.
Well, I would say if you want to watch a Mortal Kombat movie, go watch the one from the 90s. I think it was early 90s, late 80s. It's better than this one. I mean, the special effects got better because, well, hey, you know what? There's been 20 years, 30 years of development since then. So, yeah, I suspect they're going to be better, but I thought that it was just as bad. They're both bad. It's a video game. Like Dave said, if you want to do the Mortal Kombat experience, go kill somebody on the video screen. That's the way to do it. This other stuff. I mean, and you both have said something that is very true. There is not a game movie that has been worth a crap.
Yep. And real quick on that point too, the next time they do a Mortal Kombat movie, it's got to be held in the fictional murder capital of the world, which is Cabot Cove, Maine. Go back and watch.
True story.
She wrote. You want to think about a violent place? It's not South Central LA.
It's not Chicago.
New York City. It is that sweet little hamlet in New England, because every Sunday people die in Cabot Cove, Maine. That's the scariest place in the world. Go watch Murder, She Wrote. That's my little final thought.
Oh my God.
It's the scariest place. Everybody dies in that town, man.
And what
suspiciously, not just dies. It dies suspiciously.
I think
I feel you, Dave. You and I are on the same page.
Going to head out with you guys with, remember, wear your mask, get vaccinated, still social distance, wash your hands, and Black Lives Still Matter. So we'll see you again next week on PJamma Life.
See you guys.